Behold, Namco has brought a city into your mind. Look how lovely and flappy our cloak is in the elevator. Here's just a car crash. The man shouts. You know, like a fighting game. Like the fighting game that this is. You know, like a fighting game. Obviously. Mads Mikkelsen is concerned. There's my lips look as well. I'm not wearing my shoes at the moment. I am, though. Oh, I'm wearing your shoes, maybe. But I'm in a tree to indicate that it's different. I've finally arrived at the top after multiple car crashes and bank heists. I'm not sure what Brian was doing, but I've got a third eye. So think about that next time you want to know whether or not I have a third eye, because I've already told you. We've got to actually entirely play Tekken Tag Tournament. Now, this was the first Tekken game I've ever played. And I'm going to give you sort of a synopsis of Tekken as an idea, because I technically can access Tekkens 1 to 3, never played 4. But I'm not! What are you making me see now? Is it the truth behind the earth? They want me to see an island. But yeah, I don't have much connection. Schnoofus martial arts. Schnoofus martial arts! But yeah, my point... Blinky Snoot! I wish they could move like that in the dinosaur. You just... A shot of a panda's armpit is what we want there, apparently. But my damn point is, I don't have much connection to them. I don't think playing them does much to explain the plot of them anyway. And they're old, janky fighting games, so I'm gonna just give a summary. Gun review, indeed. I think the quintessential time we have to have is with the Jack series. Let's just have Jacks going off. This is the second Jack, and he spun round a little bit. So there's good news for you. Right off the bat. No eyes, no ears, no hope, no hemp. That is what I hear in the background of this track. I was not expecting to get it quite so soon. So, Gunjack is the closest control-wise to what we would understand to be the Jack series today. Because he's got the gun shoot arm move. Hence the gun in the name, one would guess. Now they all don't have as many moves as they do in subsequent games in this one. So I've got to remember which moves I do and do not have. Rip! Yes, Michelle. Michelle, you can't find me! Yes! Punch. I just punch you ordinarily with my normal Jack. Woo, 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 woo. And my friend flies away in the background. So yeah, the point of Tekken. I mean, clearly that is the point of Tekken, what you've just seen there. But the plot is, there is a man with very fun hair called Heihachi Mishima. And he owns the Mishima Zaibatsu. And what he likes to do is, every time there's a game due to come out, he hosts the King of Iron Fist tournament, where, in the kind of risk no rich person has ever taken, he will give his entire company to anyone who can beat him in a fight. But he's a very powerful man, and so evidently he believes this is unlikely to happen. Now he has a son called Kazuya, who he threw off a cliff for reasons, to prove that he is bad. So the first game is just, I guess, Kazuya getting his revenge for that, and there's Jun here, who is his wife, or at the very least had a kid with him, who is Jin Kazuma, taking us to, I believe, the second game, and it turns out his dad, his dad's not great either. It turns out Kazi is a bit of a prick as well. So that has not solved that issue. Now I've got to throw you off a cliff again to stop you. And that may as well be what happens there. Then Tekken 3 happens. Ogre does something. And at some point in all this, it turns out that demons are real. And the Mishima bloodline has them. Heihachi doesn't turn into one, Kazuya does. And I think it's implied in a movie that he sold his soul to the devil to not be thrown off a cliff anymore. But I actually don't know is the truth. But there's devils now, and I think Ogre is somehow involved, and that's why Heihachi or whoever was interested in the third game. So that's basically the stakes. It's just this family that may or may not have demon blood just really doesn't like each other, and they're going to have a fighting tournament about it every couple of years. Here's Lee, who is in his nice suit. And I think that is pretty cool in and of itself. But what you can't do anymore is stop me from punching everyone that I think is pretty great. How do I? I'm trying to remember, but I can't really kick. I mean, I can really kick, but that's not what I was trying to do. Punch. Boof. Yes. So I'm moving on to some Tekken stuff while I try and figure out what happened to the copy of Soul Calibur 4 that I thought I owned, but don't appear to have. So I need to figure out if that's just somewhere where I don't know, or if I need to actually just reacquire that again. So, a bit annoying, but I've got Tekken games to do in the meantime. And particularly because I did that test run with Tekken 7, I'm just sort of in the mood, so it works out, really. Come on now. Come on now, Henry. Henry Biff has got all of his nettles to thank for the sort of crimes we do here. I've kicked you in the head a lot now. Look at my thrusts. And we gotta fight the devil immediately, which I think is pretty great. Just in a schoolyard, the robot is fighting a devil. Nobody seems interested. This sort of thing just happens so much. There's a giant gold statue of... Is that Heihachi? Yeah, I saw the hair. You can see the hair and tell that it's him. Now, let me fly. Let me fly, damn you. You don't seem to understand that that's the point of me having these legs. They've been genetically engineered to sit down. Yes! I found the one fit. The fist of one! I forgot he doesn't have his... No. Oh, I tried to dodge, but it just sort of didn't. Oh, no. Get down. Oh. Stop now. You're gonna be so annoyed when you realise that punching a robot disqualifies you from the tournament. Oh, we've almost run out. Haha. Fortunately, I stomped on your brain before the clock could run down. You weren't expecting that. Look at my thrusts. Yes. Ah! Come close. Oh no, you need to be defeated. You need to be. There's a moth or something near my brain, and it's distracting. I hope the moth doesn't interfere, particularly because I have to win. Yes, I'll grab you by the dick and throw you into the ground. Ha ha ha! Oh, come on! I bet you're not expecting the flop! Come on, flops! Flops for you! Get where the flops want you to be! You must! No, come on. Time for... I get the sense you don't want to be flopped upon. And I don't understand you for that, frankly. Flop! No flops. Whoop! Whoop. You're supposed to have... never mind. Oh, never mind. Rage against the sky, nonetheless. This man has a bear with him. Which is fair enough, honestly. Why? Why, sir? I think canonically he really dislikes that bear, but you'd think he could put it aside just for now. It's normal to have bears help you in combat situations. He has a lot of toxic things to unlearn about how we treat bears in a fighting tournament. No. Sort of leave me alone. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Come on, it's time for tea. It's time for tea, and everyone we don't like to bring for tea is here as well. No. No. Come on now. Oh, I don't know all of the things I can do. Biff. I swear there was a way you could power that up. Maybe I'm deluding myself. Oh no! No, don't. I'm gonna do my dance instead. You'll never catch me. You'll never catch the ferryman. Biff. Damn it. By 1%! The bear's flopped. The bear did a big flop. What a remarkable time to be alive in the presence of Christ and all of his eggs. He's going to make such a big omelette for you. Nobody talks about Christ's omelette of redemption. They mostly talk about the crucifixion thing and all of the activism that he did. Nobody ever thinks to talk about his cooking show. You can't all be doing miracles. Alright, you'll burn yourself out. Occasionally you've got to cook a lovely, delicious meal. Yes, the flop has. Come on, you're supposed to have a. I thought you could do bonus. I guess there's additional inputs that I have to do to make that go the way I thought. Well, come on now, you've got to sacrifice yourself to the flop. You've got to let the flops happen. Oh, come on. Just pretend you're in the sink. And the rest will come naturally. Off he goes. Into space, where the next fight will happen. Not my solar plexus. Oh, I've got an entire plexus on the sun. You need to be aware. You need to be aware of the sun. Look directly into it. Haha, you fool! Now, while you are temporarily blinded, I shall press the advantage. And I shall press you. Come on, flop. Got the flops now. Come on. No, don't jump at me. Flop. Alright, do something. Yes, here we go. Bonk. I can go absolute bonk mode. And that is the legacy of the flop. No! Oh, what other kicks can I do? Kick. Kicky. Wee ho. Alright. Maybe it doesn't matter what your legs can do. Oh yeah, I've not really been observing this. But you may notice, perhaps you have already noticed, that the floor and the background are not connected. in these, and this is actually true in Tekken 7 as well. I observed one stage in particular where this was the case. But the parallax is fucked. The background and the floor do not move at the same rate. It's very amusing. So keep an eye out for that and wonder how spatially this place works. We have a non-Euclidean arena. No, don't do whatever you... I'll grab you as many times as it takes to cancel the attack. No, I don't think you... I'm not really sure what Kunitsu's deal is. I believe they actually have some manner of animosity to you and Yoshimitsu. Though I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know these things. I don't have all the answers. You're gonna have to look some of this up in your own time. But what I can... Oh, big stomp. No, Biff! Oh, you can't biff when it's not time. And when it is time, you can. Don't you forget about me. Oh god, no, don't do it. Oh no. Forget that you're here. You might spin, but you won't win. Wow, that did a lot. And I dive at you as well for maximum damage. You have been destroyed, and I think that's amusing. Yes, the man himself... No! Brother! Brother, how could you? You've got a hat on backwards. Oh, how could you have turned our metallic friend against us? You shall pay dearly for this. Stomp. Why have you not? I'd have switched out, but there you go. No. Oh god. Pajak, please don't. Think of all the things. All right, milk, sandpaper, consonants. All of these big leg down there. Look, there's all sorts of things. No, come on. Why have you sat down? Ugh. What? You've got floppy hand. You've got floppy hand mechanism, which I find interesting. But I guess we'll never know. Maybe that was the aspect of the design that needed improving, is the hand kept flooping and flopping everywhere and it made it difficult to punch properly. You kept breaking your wrist. You gotta make sure you protect the wrists of all your metal warriors. Right? Preferably all at once. Your hips are not connected to yourself. You've actually picked me up and biffed me off. Time for flop, you floppy! You fool. Biff. I've been trying to do that several times. But you didn't let me flop. Well, you did let me flop. Yes, there we go. The punches to your shins now come in the form of revenge. Perfect. Perfect and memorable is the name of Minty Lewis. Bang, 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 bang. Oh. You're just in your bonus costume before you actually appear. At all. There's unknown, look. They've got a boof. They've got a boof mode. I can't believe I didn't comment on the boof, particularly because the boof has happened in real now. But there you go. Sometimes they swipe your legs out. Sometimes you don't even remember why they swipe your legs out. The boof doesn't have legs. The boof's got flames stopping legs from happening. It's like a hydra from the bottom up. Wouldn't you know it? Get in the rain. Get in the rain of terror. Yes. Oh no. The advantage of fishing is that you never leave your boat behind. You need it to catch the fish. Goodbye. That's me telling you about all the... You just exist there now forever, hovering. Here's all the lovely replay that we've done. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from this stage 1 has been completed. We needn't sit through all of this, probably. We've seen this happen. But yes, Tekken Tag is amongst us. Yes! Now it's time for the victory lap. Here we are. The boy is going! We proceed according to plan. The perfect synchronization. Leggy leg. Oh. Oh. Hey. Oh. Now ask yourself, what straight couple does this? Right, well, I feel like we've proven our inherent superiority there, so what we now need to do, I reckon, is go for a funny bowling match. So I'm sending my envoy to squash the beef. You need to be healed within our ranks. So we're gonna settle this with a bowling tournament, and you shall be fixed forever. And then we don't need to worry. Now this is a thing in 7 as well, but they sold it additionally for 11 quid, which is taking the piss ever so slightly. But all the scientists in the background, there's one scientist, and that was just where my mind went immediately. This has entered an entire universe of flavours. Bowl for... This is better than I have performed in any of the tests. Okay, so the Jack series robots have an inherent bowling advantage, it turns out. I'm glad we found this out. Oh dear. I am going to have to... Okay, I sort of... The pin's spoiled. But that's... It's just as... Oh, I didn't even look at the spindly gauge. Oh no. Well, we got one. Against all odds. Oh dear. Get the bowling tournament, yes! A funny strike. Very seen again, very slowly. You see, this works as a funny little bonus game. You know, I don't know if I'd buy it separately, particularly not for that price point. Because, like, it feels like the kind of thing you would only put in there to be like, remember when we did this? You know, certainly that's the only reason you'd sell it as a separate thing. It'd be like, and it's the way they've been going with a lot of the DLC characters as well. It's just like, hey, remember this character from previous games that we took out to sell back to you because we're a fighting game in the modern era? Fucking prick features. But, yeah. So it's like, they may have added more stuff to it since then. But you have to assume that the people looking at it are going to have this as their sole point of reference. And like they're going to have this as a point of reference at all. So like, this is what's going to be in their minds when you ask them for your $10. And I don't know. I mean, maybe people have been going for it. I wouldn't know. I'm probably completely wrong. Because I can't trust anything I would have thought to bear out in real life. But I can knock a ball off the side of the ship. It's this very dynamic house music, or whatever genre happening. For the bowling cube. I keep going very slow smalls. I mean, it worked. It worked. Nobody exploded, but it worked. 50 kilometers an hour. Double. Can I get? Let me get the turkey short and stout. Here's my handle. And here's my doubt. Turkey! You know, like a turkey says. Oh, get me Peter Pan. Oh, one remaining. But it still counts as Michael's. Oh, Michael's regret. Okay, well, we resolved Michael's regret at least. We got a silver medal. That's not a medal, that's a trophy. Never mind. But it's important to remember that we won. So, I might potentially do a couple more of these. But, I shall see you some other time for when I do. Until then, goodbye.